2 tests a day. 2 tests a day. I mean, how often do you find any kind of issue?
It's not too often. I mean, a lot of times if you find an issue, it's going to be on the very first load of the day. Materials change, so you always generally test the first load of the day to see what you have, and then you can make adjustments. Like this mix we just tested is a 3,000 fly ash commercial air mix. If I loaded a 4,000, he put, I don't know, say he put 3 ounces of air per yard in it, and he loads a 4,000, you're gonna know he needs about 3.5, 3 3/4 ounces in it, because it's got a little bit more cementitious product, needs a little bit more air. So you don't have to necessarily test every different mix. You know, you can test one of a certain design. As long as you have things that are similar, you know what to do to make adjustments. And we do test residential concrete as well. We just don't test commercial at our plants. So Aiken probably tests more than anybody, because we probably do more residential out of that plant as a percentage base than we do out of others. So.
Hank, we were talking earlier, and I realized it, but your materials change on a day-to-day basis too, based on weather and
yes.
the material coming in and everything. Kind of address that just a little bit.
Well, our moisture changes, how much water's in it. So we have to run moisture tests on a daily basis. So now our plant has a probe that measures the moisture on sand. We just have to verify it. So we'll get a sample, we'll weigh it wet, we'll cook it out on a hot plate, and we'll weigh it dry and do a calculation, see how much water's in it. Once we get to that point, then we can verify with a probe. Say we get 3.5%, the probe says it's 3.7, we're good, as long as we're within about a half percent. If we get tested and it's 3.5 and our probe's showing 6, now we have to adjust the probe down and go out there and look at it and inspect it. We might have a little bit of buildup on the probe that's causing an inaccurate reading. Also, the sand, the stone, the materials change, so we test those generally once a month, depends. If we're doing Savannah River site work, it's weekly. Other work usually monthly. I run gradations. That tells you the particle distribution, what percentage of this size is in it, and you know, like a rock, I'll find out how much 1-inch stone and 3/4 and half and down, and there's a certain standard we have to meet. So.
How long have you been doing this, Carl?
I started here in 1993, about 2 months out of college.
I know you reclaim a lot of water you deal with. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, we try to recycle the water. We can run recycled water in just about anything. The DOT won't let us use it, and Savannah River site, most government jobs won't, but regular commercial, residential, we generally can use it. So, and recycled water, the water you see on the yard, it's either rainwater or it's washed down water from when we're washing our trucks down. So the only thing we have to worry about in the summertime, sometimes it could cause the concrete to set a little bit faster, just because it's got a higher pH in it from the extra lime from what's washing down. So.
Once the concrete's poured and finished and everything, is it inspected or tested again? As far as like the inspectors go?
Residential.
Yeah, no. Commercial could be on certain jobs, large warehouse jobs, grocery stores that we see with large slabs. They measure a number of different things. The flatness and the levelness of the slab. They measure how shiny it is. You'll see all these stores now, like the Kroger's use colored concrete, the Walmart's used to, but now they've switched to just plain gray, but they polish them. So they need to measure the reflectivity of it. If it reflects too much, then we could have issues. Not us, but the person. They don't want it too shiny, because then it winds up being like a mirror. So I'm sure y'all can imagine what that would cause. But I mean, you know, it depends on the application, what's inspected, and generally it's visual, but you know, besides that, but residential is usually visual.
Anything else?
To wear everybody out. We ran out of questions.
Very good. Carl, thanks so much.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Good.
See you now.
Yes.